People, I am not lying when I say there's something new inside the rec center. There is a new door inside the rec center. We're gonna talk about this, of course, but before we get started, I wanted to share a bit of my life real quick. I am now in a household with a silver/metal refrigerator. Throughout my entire life, I've never had a metal or silver refrigerator ever. I've always been a part of the white refrigerator club, and now today's the day, believe it or not. It's just something random that happened in my life. I remember being a kid and always wanting one. It's a dumb thing that you want as a kid, but I feel like it'd be interesting to say inside the video. Anyways, though, feel free to share something that happened to you recently. Anything cool or barely noteworthy, feel free to share. Now, before we get started into talking about this door, there's actually another thing I want to talk about real quick. Rec Room updated their board again. Now, I don't know if this means that they'll be bringing back the weekly rotation of the YouTube tab and the Instagram tab and the featured creator and stuff like that, but hopefully that's what it means. We have some new videos here. As you guys can see, we have RCL Man's video that's actually so sick. We have an official guide on how to keep your account secure and stuff like that, and we have this little chubbier snail score. That's awesome. More Instagram stuff. Thank you, Mr. Cosmo, for the gift. More Instagram stuff, of course, as you guys can see. These are new, I'm pretty sure. And of course, are you guys on this board? Feel free to let me know down in the comments below. And of course, I am now once again asking your thoughts on the weekly. Okay, now before we actually get into this, I do want to say a few things real quick. Now, to put it very simple, this is called Rec Room Behind the Scenes. At the moment, it is just like this room which teaches you the building basics. It's nerdy builder stuff, alright? So if you're not interested into that type of thing inside a rec room, you probably won't be as interested in this, but it's pretty cool. They have a few announcements, and some say, want to make high quality, engaging rooms in Rec Room? The Creation Factory's new museum style behind the scenes room walks you through the top tips and tricks used to create the most recent action adventure game. Read about it in the Creative Hub here. There will be a link there that we'll talk about a little later, but if you guys didn't already see, in game you actually got a watch notification about this as well. That'll take you straight to the room, and it basically just shows you pro building tips from Rec Room, and we have the actual Rec Room developer Utini there. It reads, want to make high quality, engaging rooms in Rec Room? The Creation Factory's new behind the scenes experience shows you how to make beautiful, amazing experiences through optimization. And it's all in game. Click go to check it out now. And there's one last announcement for this actual thing. It's crazy, I know. It says Rec Room behind the scenes. Want to make high quality, engaging rooms in Rec Room? Well, the Creation Factory's new behind the scenes experience walks you through the top tips and tricks used to create their most recent action adventure room. This is your chance to learn some of Rec Room's best in-house creators on how to make beautiful gaming experiences through optimization, and it's all in Rec Room. They have their little rec.net link that I will have down inside the description below, and as well as the Creator Hub page. Now, before we get into this room, let's take a look at the Creator Hub page. This is so much going on, I know. We're gonna get into the content soon, trust me. Now they have this little, Creator Hub page that's talking about Rec Room behind the scenes. You guys can check out this museum-style room from the Creation Factory team that gives you the one-on-one on how they created some of Rec Room's best games. Now, you'll see more text that I basically already read. It's all the same stuff, but basically reworded. You will see this go to room now button, which will take you to the actual link and stuff like that. Then they actually, made this actual video on pro building tips inside of Rec Room. It's pretty short, it's less than 1 minute, so I'm gonna play it for your guys' viewing experience, but I will, of course, have this video linked down inside the description below. Please, Rec Room, don't hurt me. Or don't copyright me, that'd be great. Anyways, though.
Hey everyone, we're the Creation Factory at Rec Room, and today we'd like to take you through RR Behind the Scenes, where we share the insights and knowledge we've gained while making an adventure game.
We've created this room to show you how we used modular object building,
Creative texture mapping using a texture atlas,
how we swung the swing handle,
the ways lighting and sound can set the mood,
and how we use data tables in ways that you might not have thought of.
So come check out RR Behind the Scenes to level up your building skills.
Done watching the video? Well, let's continue onward. In this next paragraph, they basically cover all the stuff that we're going to go on about in the actual next room, so feel free to skip ahead into the next part of the content if you guys really want to. But if you guys are interested in, staying here and reading everything out with me, it says, the Creation Factory is Rec Room's own in-house creation team. They're responsible for creating experiences for our partnerships and players, including our recent adventure game release, Fractura, and Showdown, with even more on the horizon. The Creation Factory's The Creation Factory's main goal is to inspire our creator community in different ways to imagine and create in Rec Room. So what's this RR behind the scenes experience all about? You can expect to find details on all these 4 aspects of creation. Data tables and how they were used to create the flow of the game. Swing handles and how they were used to make custom swords. Modeling and texture displays that showcase a model map and how different parts can be dragged and dropped to create a template. Lighting and mood displays that highlight the importance of lighting and sound design, with different best practices to learn. The Creation Factory will continue to be updated with more insights and best practices as we continue creating new experiences for you. Keep an eye open for this page or favorite the Creation Factory in-game to stay up to date with new changes. So, we have the Creation Factory, and it's super cool to see the team that was behind some of our actual Rec Room originals, Showdown. So, that's cool to note, and of course, hopefully we'll see more of them. But without any further ado, let's check out this actual room. Hey, how are ya? Did you know that I have memberships? Of course, you guys already know the whole dealio. Big massive shout out to all my channel members: Bucket Guy, Bendy RR, Moofy, Logan from Hell, Blur, Forrest, S Plus Maniac, Manuel Lopez, Barry VR, Snub, Gala_XE, FireGod82, DanoPie, Adam.exe Games, Yo It's Jakey, Hockey Boy, Jack Tutorial, Greg Streams, Sony Robot, Garlic Bread, Peanut Butter B3599, Chicken Prince, Noodle Official, Typical Ace the Narrator, BBB Brooding Owl, Eric OVR, Trevor A, Raphael RR, Cloud, Netflix69, Box David, and Dozer Blade Cat. I am struggling to read your guys' names, it's crazy. Anyways though, thank you. Now back to the video. I appreciate it as well. Now you spawn right here. I'm inside the room, and if you guys take a little look behind me and stuff like that, you guys will see like this very nice backdrop. Believe it or not, that's actually the model that they use for this actual room and stuff like that, but you guys will see more as we get more into this room. Behind the scenes with the Creation Factory, and we're inside this big room. Now inside this room, it actually displays text and stuff that is made with Rec Room Studio, and it reads them out to you guys, and I'm going to show you guys right now.
Welcome to the Creation Factory's behind the scenes room. Here we show some of the ways creators can use Rec Room's design tools to create engaging experiences. Take a tour to learn tips and tricks on modeling, texturing, game circuitry, lighting, audio design, and more. This room will be updated throughout the year to highlight more helpful advice that you can use to enhance your own creations. Start your tour on the left and enjoy.
Oh, it's cool, and it kind of goes in like a circle with this little, pattern on the ground and stuff. We have this little, main entrance area, and there's like 3 different little subsections showing off the creation and stuff like that. These will be updated throughout the year. Let's go! Now we have data tables, and let's hear the AI talk.
A data table is a visual tool that makes it easier to manage complex data.
Free to, go ahead
data
and,
tables are especially useful for tasks like progression systems,
like
rewards,
game
scary. States, and player or enemy stats, like in an RPG. To use, spawn a data table definition chip, beta, and configure to add columns and rows to input your data.
Skip ahead if you guys don't
You can
care,
also
or
extract
pause and read if you
information
guys
using
really
chips,
want
like data table read cell, in order to perform operations based on specific rows and columns. Use the data table in the exhibit to see how a simple game system can be created using triggers and events.
And yeah, you guys can basically use triggers and events in here, and you guys can like use a trigger, button press, and stuff like that, and you can choose an event, maybe the lights on, stuff like that, and you just... Something was supposed to happen. Something happens. Button press. Okay, it'll spawn an enemy. Let me see. Oh, it did. Little enemy guy. That's cool. In case you guys use that trigger where it's the area enter, you guys, enter this area. Kind of self-explanatory, honestly. Continuing onward, we have the swing handle, and of course I'll let it play.
Swing handles can be used to create custom melee weapons or objects that are swung. These could be things like swords, axes, or hammers. To create one of these objects, you will need to use a swing handle component, a model of your weapon or object, a collision detection volume, and a piston to attach them. The following diagram shows how these components fit together to create a swinging object. Use the sword to break the boxes to see how all these components work together.
And yeah, you guys can actually, grab the sword and stuff, which it shows you all these circuits, and you guys can break these actual boxes and stuff. Yep, that's pretty much it. I really do like how they made this room though, super cool. Now if we go next to modeling.
Low poly models are objects with a small number of faces. The less faces or polygons you have, the easier it is for some devices to render these objects. Modular building is a way to optimize your scene for performance. This means you can build models out of a kit of objects. It allows Unity to render that object once and reuse the same mesh in the scene. Notice how the objects below made a wall. Taking these small steps to optimize your assets will improve the player experience and reduce lag. Can you see how the castle is made using the modular pieces? Use the samples on the table to make a castle.
And of course, if you guys really want to, you guys can grab each and every individual piece that you really want to. So you guys can actually make a castle if you guys really want to. Now, texturing. Let's hear what this AI has to say about this.
Adding color, pattern, and other visual details to your model is called texturing. It is what gives shapes depth and character. We use two types of textures in this room. Tileable textures repeat over and over, looking like a bigger texture. These are best used for large shapes like terrain, water, and walls. A texture atlas is an image with lots of smaller textures to save on memory. You can place individual faces on different parts of the atlas to use more than one texture on an object. These also work great for objects with solid color or less detail. Compare the textures on the wall to the objects on the table. Can you tell which objects use tileable textures? Try to match which parts of the castle use the texture atlas.
And of course, yeah, you guys really can and stuff like that. There's like this little cool mini game and stuff like that that says touch any color on the texture atlas to see an interactive UI mapping animation. And yeah, I don't get this, to be honest, but that's cool. I'm not big brain enough for that, I'm gonna be so honest. But we actually see some more materials and stuff like that. That's cool. We have the lighting. Let's see what it has to say.
Lighting is another way that you can bring your room to life. You can change the lighting by adjusting the color, hue, intensity, brightness, and range. How far the light can be seen. The color of your lighting is very important. Certain colors can change the player's feeling or mood of the environment. Red can feel dangerous, and green can make you feel safe. Use the sliders in the exhibit to change the lighting on the castle and create your own moods.
And yeah, they actually have audio designs. Before we get into this, it's a mix of both, and I will show you guys and stuff, but let's hear what this one has to say, of course.
Another way to bring character to your environment is by adding audio. Audio design includes music, ambient sounds, sound effects, and voice, the overall notated soundtrack to your world. It can evoke emotion and mood to the player. Ambient sounds. These are the background sounds in an environment, such as the sound of a park with light wind and birds, or the whirl of machines in a factory. Sound effects. These are purposeful sounds that are added to emphasize actions, objects, or events in an environment. Some examples include explosions, weapon sounds, or door slams. These are the narrators and characters making noise or speaking in your experience. You can use more than one audio clip to create a soundscape that complements your environment.
Bro, I'm not gonna lie, my drift was acting up there. But of course, if we go inside here, you guys will find this UI. But if I mess with the hue, it messes with the lighting. I mess with the saturation, it messes with the lighting, of course. Brightness, you know what brightness does. I don't have to explain that. Now we can have a mood and stuff where we can make it bright, or we can make it dark, or we can make it like tense. Ooh, that's cool. I think you're able to tell the most with the epic music. But yeah, if you guys listen closely, you can hear it. They also have sound effects too. Yeah, that's cool, I guess. Of course, have fun with this and stuff like that. There's a bunch of stuff that you guys can use and all that. So of course, what are your guys' thoughts? And to be quite honest with you guys, that's basically this entire room. Rec Room just added this today, and I thought that I would cover it for today's video. And to be quite honest with you guys, this week for Rec Room news has been kind of dry recently. Kind of glad Rec Room decided to release this because I had nothing to talk about, honestly. I will be back with a pop-up update next video, of course, but in this video, I do want to say thank you guys for all the art and all the love and stuff like that. I want to just take a moment to appreciate you guys real quick and really just kind of look at some fan art as well. Thank you guys for all the love and stuff like that. I really do appreciate it. And of course, if you liked this video, be sure to like it, because if you don't like it, you know what happened. And with my shameless self-plug about liking and stuff like that, I'm gonna shamelessly self-promote my code to you as well. Use code SCOLDS at a Rec Room. It's SK0L, completely free, or you can go into my profile and click that support button. I really do appreciate it, and it means a lot. Thank you. And of course, folks, that's pretty much it. Be sure to subscribe, and Bro Fist.